Hello, hi, good day everyone. Today we're gonna discuss about next chapter, which is the operating for success. Before we start this chapter, we have to know first what does it mean by operating. We have to know the definition of the operating first before we start. What is we go deep into the what the operating is all about. And the operation, as for all your information, operation is one of the main function that will turn the business resources into product, right? And into product or services that the values to the customer, giving values to the customer. No matter how good a business idea, but the success of the business itself, it depends on the operation. It depends on how well the business manage its operation. And throughout this chapter, we will also learn how the business itself deliver as if their promise, manage the production and distribution, and also control their inventory and many more. And this slide explains why operations are important. And the operation are the sets of the activities that apply goods and services efficiently according to the customer need. And of course, whether the business is manufacturing physical product or providing services, effective operation, this will help to fulfill the customer's promise. For example, we can say that if the customer order laptop online with two-way delivery, operation should be the product is available, right? The product must be on the spot available during the customer ordered the product, and the packing they will packing the product correctly and delivered to the customer on time as they promised to the customer. So good operation usually increase the customer satisfaction, of course, and while poor operation leads to delay, complaint, and lost customer. Here we can see that the transformation process. In the transformation pipeline, you can see that every business start with the input, right? Such as what does it mean input? Input like material, natural resources, component, information, fund, and many more. And this input is go through a transformation process. Transformation is including the process, labor, facilities, machinery, equipment, and all the planning, control, and management also in the transformation process. And finally, through the transformation process, the business produce output, which are products, services, or idea. And of course, the exact process depends on depends on the industry themselves. It depends on each industry, because each industry have different, a different process, right? For example, in restaurant, ingredient and stuff are input. Cooking is a transformation process, and the prepared meal is a final output delivered to the customer. Okay, next we move to this diagram, which is showing that different ways product move from the manufacturers to the customers. And from this, we can see that the traditional channel goes to start from the manufacturer to wholesaler, then to retailer, and finally to the customer. And some other businesses, sell directly to retailer, and through the manufacturer, retailer, and lastly to the consumer, while others use distributor, right? So today, most of the companies, as we can see of the diagram, most of the company also use the factory direct model. Through the factory direct model, they will sell the product directly to the customers through the website, through the social media, or another online platform that available in the market. Shopee, Lazada, and whatnot, all the marketplace. For example, Dell. They sell the computer directly to the customer. So when the customer want to buy the product, then you will automatically or directly we get from Dell, instead of buying from the agent, stockist, or outlet. And while Coca-Cola, another example is Coca-Cola. They use wholesaler and retailer because Coca-Cola is an F&B product. So F&B product, most of the time they prefer to the wholesaler direct. And after that, the wholesaler, the retailer will get the product from the wholesaler. And a business choose the distribution channel that best match the product and customer need, of course, right? They will choose distribution that really convenient to them, easy for the customer to get the product. That's why they will choose the channel that best match to the customer need. Best match, which is why the best match? To satisfy the needs and want of the customer. They want to truly deserve, truly serve to the customer. ultimately, which is directly to the customer without any agent or intermediaries. Okay, in order to help the business to compare different location objectively, they will use the factors of rating methods provided here in the table in these slides. From this method, there are six factor rating method they will use, which is firstly, a business can identify important factors such as in terms of rental cost, transportation, labor availability, market access as well. And next step is each factor is given weight based on its importance, right? Determine the weight of each factor based on importance. Which one is important first, right? Based on the importance level. The scale, the weight, the factor based on the important element. Which one should come first, right? And then each location is scored. And finally, the score, are multiplied by the weight to determine the best location. And of course, these methods help managers make better decision instead of relying on the personal opinion. Of course, there are a lot of personal opinion that will confusing them. Then when they rely on this method, they will help them to know to compare which location to different location objectively. And this slide also compare three different facility layout in terms of manufacturing, right, and distribution, in terms of retail, layouts for weight base, right. These are the things that important element that will be focusing on the chapters of operation that the business should put into consideration. So as we can see here, in terms of manufacturing and distribution, layout basically focus on efficient movement of material and workers. But the storefront layouts aim to improve customer experience by making product easy to find and encourage persuade customer to encourage purchase. And in terms of web-based layouts, usually they organize a digital platform so the customer can navigate website easily and complete purchase quickly. And although these layouts are different, they are all share the same goal, which is of course they want to improve the efficiency, improve the productivity, and also the most important thing is to satisfy this customer, giving the customer satisfaction. Next, in this chapter, we're also going to learn about quality. What does it mean by quality? Quality means consistently meeting what? Meeting customer expectation. Because different businesses have different, define different quality, which is depending on their business, depending on their market positioning, right? Target market and whatnot. For example, a fine dining restaurant, they focus on premium ingredient instead of the cheap one. They have to be presentable, and they have to personalize service so that it suits with the premium or fine dining restaurant, right? And then in contrast, a fast food restaurant, unlike the fast food restaurant, they focus on the speed, consistency, and affordability, as well as convenience. Both industry actually provide quality, but according to different customer expectation. And because of that, quality is not only about having the best product, but it's also the way the value delivered to the customer, which is delivering the value that customer expect, right? And when we talk about quality, we cannot deny about the quality ecosystem metric. So in this chapter, we're gonna learn some of the methodology in quality ecosystem metric. For example, like ISO 9000, Six Sigma, TQM, total quality management. All those things is to reduce defect, any defect in the operation parts, and improve the consistency using some other method that related to the that relates or suits with the element, each of these three element. And in terms of for example, like in terms of total quality management, or TQM we call it, through the TQM, most of the time company, they encourage to continuously improve doing some improvement by the involving everyone in the organization. They involve everyone in the organization to to do the total quality management. And although each approach is a different method, but they all have some objective, which is improve quality, right? Reducing waste, also increasing efficiency, and smooth the process production, and the ultimately is to, of course, to increase or to achieve, right, higher customer expectation or satisfaction. And in operation parts, we cannot deny that we are moving toward the technology now, right? So technology should be embedded in the operation process, or it not only should be, it must be, or it already embedded in most of the majority of the company out there, because of rapid changes of the technology itself, right? Because the technology, as we know, that technology support almost every business operation today, right? As shown in the slide, right? Businesses use technology in customer service, in restaurant, right, manufacturing, also in retail company, because technology, and many parts of technology, that can many application, many enabler provided for the company to use, for the company to use the technology. We can see that, such as artificial intelligence, AI, automation, cloud system, and also digital platform, that of course will improve speed, will improve accuracy, also decision making process especially in the operation parts. And as we can we can see here is, for example, that we can give you is, a restaurant use self order kiosk, a restaurant that use apps for the customer to get the product. The customer only, through the apps, customer or order fried rice, or order something that related to the product that been sold in the restaurant, then just order through the apps, and then they deliver to the customer without any hassle, right? Okay, all the thing is, to improve the production efficiently, because technology enable businesses itself to work smarter, more technology, more advanced technology use, adapt in the company, more efficient the company produce a product, and they can respond to of course they can respond to the customer quickly, right? Then customer will feel convenient to buy, as well as persuade customer to be loyal to the company. Okay, all in all, this slide, this chapter show how different operational activities work together, and in terms of purchasing, in terms of inventory management, in terms of quality control, right, in terms of logistic, and many more, in terms of customer service. All those things is connected, right? So if one of the areas does not perform well, so the entire business, of course, might be affected. Therefore, successful operation require good planning, managing, organizing, coordinations, and also communications. All in all, continuous improvement across all the departments.